and may Hashem bless you. And also I thank all of you who have come from near and far to join for this celebration. And let me just leave a few words with it. The beginning of the 50 years were years, you have to let your mind go back, in which American Jewry pursued the American dream to the neglect of the Jewish dream. In the very depth of this discouraging scenario, Trude Rosmarin, editor of the Jewish Spectator, posed the question whether America could become another Bovel, another Babylon of Talmud scholarship, or whether America's Jewry was moribund. And she cautiously replied that if she had any faith in the future, it would be because of the yeshiva students and the Beth Jacob girls. And it came true. Ignited by fiery Holocaust surviving Talmudic scholars, the yeshiva world changed the entire American scene. Orthodoxy was convinced that only by recapturing the Torah glory of the past could it ensure the future. A virtual revolution has taken place. Its ripple effect has been felt across the entire denominational spectrum. Certainly, Moshiach has not arrived, but we see and hear Jewish things today that were undreamed of at the beginning of the 50 years. Unfortunately, likewise, we have new problems we never heard about before. When I came to the United States of America, someone said to me, there really are not 3 Jewish denominations. That was his analysis. The poor Jews are Orthodox. The middle class is conservative, and the rich Jews are Reformed. It is not true now, if it ever was. Orthodox Jews are in business, professions, in academia, and are religiously, socially, and politically involved. Orthodoxy is today as American as apple pie, not bacon and eggs. As American as apple pie, only identifiable by our Torah philosophy and our way of Torah life. Orthodoxy is today considered the Cadillac of Judaism. Torah to us has highest priority. A yeshiva and Beth Jacob education comes first, and we worry then afterwards about Harvard and Princeton. The Talmud tells us in Kedushin that Rabbi Joshua ben Levi was carrying a little boy in his arms and rushing to the Beis HaKnesses, rushing to the house of prayer and study very early in the morning before he had his breakfast. And Reb Chia bar Abba asked him, "My kulahai, why are you in such a rush so early in the morning?" And Rabbi Joshua ben Levi replied, "Mizuter, it is no small matter that the Torah tells us you shall make the Torah known to your children." And then it says, Yom asher madato lifnei Hashem b'chorech, the day when you stood before God at Sinai. To Rabbi Joshua ben Levi, teaching Torah was to make this little boy again stand at the foot of Mount Sinai and hearing God's voice speak to him again every morning. As important, my friends, as academics and educational standards are, and grammar and language, they are the form, not the very heart and essence of Torah teaching. The Torah and its spirit can only be transmitted to our children by teachers who have heard God's voice from their teachers all the way back to Sinai, the day the very Torah was given. The body of Jewish learning needs the soul of Jewish belief, Jewish faith, the voice of God. It needs the halachic and the spiritual dimension. If we don't give it to our children, they will turn elsewhere for it. Not having been given the spiritual essence of Judaism, they look for spirituality in India, in Tibet, in Buddhism, in Hinduism, and only later they find out it was all there to begin with in Orthodox Judaism. The Jewish forward related that a father said, if my daughter came home from college and said, I'm on drugs, I'm pregnant, I would know, said the father, what to say. But when she came home and said, I have joined the Jews for Jay, I didn't know what to say. I was totally unprepared. And we have to add, so was she. And Jews for Jay, whether we like it or not, has now more than 200,000 followers. We have, my friends, to fight fire with fire. Our children must hear God's voice from Sinai every day. We are also very fortunate in our community to have regard and respect for each other's religious conscience. We always find a way to address the religious and spiritual needs of every group in an atmosphere of understanding and brotherhood for the glory of Torah and for the strengthening of our entire community. We all have the Jewish future of Tidewater at heart. And the very same Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi said, B'chol yom v'yom bas kol yotzes mehachoref u'machezes ve'omeres oilohem labrios melbono shel Torah. A heavenly voice every day goes forth from Mount Sinai proclaiming, woe unto mankind for the neglect of the Torah. Rabbi Aaron Soloveitchik, whom I heard not so long ago, Chazon Ish, Rav Meir Simcha of Dvinsk, Rabbi Cook, and many other great rabbis of former times and of our time, they say that the voice of Sinai is not heard by so many Jews because they are held hostage by the din and the noise of confusion, materialism, and secular technology. And they say that we have the sacred duty to make all Jews hear the voice of Sinai. There are no orthodox, conservative, and reformed souls. All Jews are born equal, and they must all be given equal religious, educational, and spiritual opportunities. All Jewish souls are sacred and the very breath of Almighty Hashem. We are all in the same boat and responsible for each other. Rabbeinu Moshe Cordovero tells us that all Jewish souls, they come and they emanate from one universal, all-inclusive master soul. We have the duty to love each other, to embrace each other, and to reach out for each other, and to walk together. And this, my friends, is really what the B'nai Israel is about. Our membership is a well-balanced group of young and mature, enthusiastic Torah explorers and seekers who are imbued with a sense of purpose and direction, who every day hear anew the voice of Hashem from Mount Sinai. They feel excited, happy, and fulfilled in the pursuits of Torah, deepening their understanding and commitment to Torah and mitzvahs. B'nai Israel is an essential part of the community. We want to excel in the service of Judaism and inspire and lift the entire community with us. We want to include each and every Jew in our prayers, in our study, in our strivings, in our concerns, and in our efforts. We want to turn Tidewater into a Mokum Torah, a place of Torah for the benefit of all Tidewater Jews. We are a full-service shul that welcomes every Jew in love and in friendship. And in conclusion, as to Rosmarine's question, can America become another Babylon? Only you and I can answer this question. The Torah is being transplanted and planted into America every day by devoted and dedicated Jews and Jewesses. It is up to us. It is my fervent hope and prayer that at the next Yovel and 50th year jubilee and anniversary, that the B'nai Israel and the American Jewish community will be able to celebrate as a flourishing American community of Torah and Talmudic scholarship. That we will be able then to speak of Torah's America, the Torah of America, as we speak about the Torah of Babylon and as we spoke of the Torah of Lithuania or the Torah of Hungary. Led by our beloved and admired Rabbi Joseph Friedman, a joyful and dynamic communicator and an inspired leader, the B'nai Israel joins hands with all Jews of Tidewater to see this dream come true. May Hashem bless you all, and thank you so much. Thank you.
Of what she has achieved and just how proud I am of the young woman she has become. I have here proclamations from every city in the Tidewater area. I'm going to read only one. The one I'm going to read is that issued by the city of Virginia Beach, in honor of the fact that the mayor is with us this evening. And we're very glad that you are here and feeling better all the time. Proclamation, whereas Rabbi Israel Bornstein has served the B'nai Israel congregation as its spiritual leader for more than 47 years, first as associate rabbi cantor, then as full-time rabbi, and most recently as rabbi emeritus. Whereas Rabbi Bornstein came to America in 1946, where he taught and studied at the B'nai Israel Rabbinical College of Baltimore. Later, he earned a Master of Philosophy degree from Georgetown University. More than 125 of his sermons have been published in the Rabbinical Council of America Sermon Manual. Whereas Rabbi Bornstein is a highly respected leader and valued citizen of the Hampton Roads region, he has guided the hearts and lives of hundreds of people over the years. Whereas the B'nai Israel congregation is holding a gala celebration on June 9th in honor of their beloved Rabbi Emeritus, Rabbi Israel Bornstein. Now therefore I, Myra E. Oberndorf, Mayor of the City of Virginia Beach, Virginia, do hereby proclaim June 9th, 1996, Rabbi Israel Bornstein Day. In Virginia Beach, and ask that all citizens recognize the contributions Rabbi Bornstein has made to Virginia Beach and the Hampton Roads region, in witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand and caused the official seal of the City of Virginia Beach, Virginia, to be affixed this 9th day of June, 1996. In response to the mayor's call, I have a similar proclamation from the city of Portsmouth, signed by Gloria Webb. I have a proclamation from the city of Norfolk, signed by Paul Frame. I have a proclamation from the city of Chesapeake, signed by Mayor Ward. And another proclamation from the city of Portsmouth, signed by new Mayor Holly. He didn't want to be left out. So June 9th, 1996 is officially Rabbi Israel Bornstein Day in every city in South Hampton Roads. I don't know if anyone has seen the poster. I hope so, because we put it right in your face as you walked into the sanctuary, into Furman Hall. We have here a poster that we have had framed, that we are dedicating and giving to Rabbi Bornstein. The inscription says, Rabbi Israel Bornstein, in heartfelt appreciation for your leadership, commitment, and tireless efforts on behalf of B'nai Israel congregation. Anyone who has looked at this poster, I think, can see the heart and soul of Congregation B'nai Israel in its rendering, and can see right in the center of it the heart and soul of B'nai Israel congregation, Rabbi Israel Bornstein sitting on the bima. Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
One other announcement. A couple of other things I'd like to tell you. This June happens to be the first anniversary of the establishment of the B'nai Israel Endowment Fund. And it was a year ago when we first started this fund that I asked Rabbi Bornstein if he would be so gracious as to allow us to honor him at this dinner this evening. Well, I had to ask him 5 times, because 4 times he said, no, I do not want to be honored. I've been honored enough in this community. And knowing how little formal honoring there has been, I know what he means when he says he has been honored. He has been honored by the people that he has taught, by the people that he has raised, by the people that have grown as a result of their contact with him. But as a result of his being honored, as a result of his recognition within this community, we have received several gifts to the endowment fund in Rabbi Bornstein's honor. There was a gift from the Copeland family for which the front entrance to the shul is being named the Rabbi Israel Bornstein entrance. There was a gift, as Rabbi Bornstein mentioned, from the Gordon and Copeland families for which the The Gordon and Sandler families for which the lobby to the sanctuary is being named the Rabbi Israel Bornstein Sanctuary. There is the honor that has been paid to him by all of you here this evening, for which a significant amount of money has been raised and put into the endowment fund. And there was just this week the recognition by the trustees of the Pincus Paul Foundation for a major gift in honor of Rabbi Bornstein, again to the endowment fund. As a result of his being gracious enough to be honored this evening, the endowment fund has been the recipient in excess of $230,000. And as much as he has kept this congregation alive through all these years, he has given the endowment fund, which will hopefully provide the financial strength for the congregation for the future, a major leap forward in its first year of existence. Let me just say in conclusion that Hashem has asked the Jews to be a light unto the peoples. Rabbi Bornstein has been just such a light unto the people, and we are all brighter by contact with his light. Thank you, Rabbi Bornstein. Rabbi Bear, would you lead us in the bear cut, please? Thank you all for coming tonight.
Yehi Shem Adonai Mevarach Me'atov Adonam Yeshua Sarabanim Bakonim Marnan Grabanan Grabosai Varech Aleinu Shachalom Mishalom Baruch Aleinu Shachalom Mishalom Tavach Hayinu Baruch Shmo Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Hasan Esalam Kulo Hey Bechesed Rachamim Ono Seilech Lechovasar Yihilam Asla Otoda Abidal Tani Lo Hasalanu Li'anik Salanu Asal Li'alam Ba'ed Vavor Shemo Agadol Ki Yoel Zanu Panes Lakol Umeti Lakol Umeti Mazal Lechol Yosav Asher Baron Baruch Atah Adonai Hazon Es HaKol
I'd like to have my opportunity to thank each and every one of you for coming and for your generous support and contributions. I'm losing my voice. Without the support, concern, and generosity of those who know and love Rabbi Bornstein, this evening would not have been possible. It is extremely gratifying to me, to the congregation, and I know to Rabbi Bornstein. In addition, I would like to thank my co-chair, Tehillah Mostovsky, the Tribute Journal co-chairs, Marcy Peck and the Rebbitzin Melissa Friedman, Joe Postove, who's hiding behind the scenes, the producer of the video, and the entire planning committee. I wish I could thank